Okay, I gotta grab a sweater really fast, and then I want to chat with you for about a few things. So number one, sounds as though a video I sent some of you is you're having issues playing it, kind of about what the 90-day agreement is, but I've talked about it a lot in here. So if you still don't know what I'm talking about, drop a comment and I will message you. Otherwise, just watch some of the other pinned videos in here. But we start Monday. I am going to go through here. Probably tomorrow, actually. Anyone who's RSVP'd to the event, I'm going to message you and make sure that you have a plan and that you know what you're doing. If you have any questions, we will chat it through. And then Monday evening, we have a call where I'm going to break down some of this, and we're going to all write a letter to ourselves. That it will be your homework. We're not going to do it all together, but I'm going to give you some framework and some ideas, because at the end of the day, this agreement is a promise that you're making to yourself. It's not to me. I'm not going to have you write a contract or come up with all these things. And I don't even want your 90-day agreement to be something super complicated. I don't want it to be something where you're setting yourself up for failure. The point of this is to build, to flex, to strengthen your consistency muscle, and also to build your belief that you can make a promise to yourself, okay? And that you're going to actually take the daily action to keep that promise. And it's not about perfection. Absolutely not about that at all. It is a 90-day snapshot into your real life. And there will be things that happen. You will go on trips. People will get sick. There'll be days you just don't feel like it, and you will miss days. And that does not mean, under any circumstances, you go back to day zero. It doesn't mean that you failed. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong. It means you're human. Welcome to the club. There's a lot of us. But it's about being really authentic and self-aware and taking the time to just be honest about it, and then to flex that consistency muscle. That's what this is about, okay? So I've been trying to figure out what I want to commit to, because I already have my nutrition, my movement. I have stuff like that nailed, but I think that we're always works in progress. There's always a different layer to our journey, like a different layer to your onion that you can work on. And I think that's a gift, right? So I heard this quote today, and I want you to think about it, because I know some of you are already in this perfectionist mind space, right? You're already thinking about, okay, like how can I cheat the system? How can I come up with something that will be easy for me to show up to for the next 90 days, which is not the point. Or you're already talking yourself out of. Some of you have RSVP'd maybe, and I'm like, why would you be a maybe? It's either a yes or a no. You're either in or you're out. Like, it's not about doing everything. It's not about completely rewriting, rewiring, redrafting your life. It's about asking yourself, what do I need? What do I need right now? Like, do I need to focus on meditation? Do I need to focus on rest? Do I need to get my stuff together and commit to a program and then see it through imperfectly as it goes, okay? It's not about, this is a mad dash, we're gonna do multiple things at once. Please, that is not what this is. This is a 90-day agreement with yourself, a promise you're making to honor your journey and to touch it every single day, even if that means that you're just barely scraping by. You're just doing the bare minimum. That is okay. That is the entire point of this. It's to flex your consistency freaking muscle, okay? I heard this quote today. I heard a couple quotes today, and I want to share them with you. So one is a Tony Robbins quote, and he said that perfection is the lowest standard you can set for yourself. Did you hear that? Perfection is the lowest standard you can set for yourself, because you're setting yourself up for failure. There's zero perfection required with this. I expect you to have blank days. I've been working on my own 90-day challenge. I'm on day 57, and I've missed days, and it messes with your head. You don't want to miss days, right? Because you feel like you're failing or you're falling behind, but that's just part of the journey. It's part of the process. And so we're going to walk this together. That's why we're going to have our weekly meetup calls. I will record them, so if you miss them, that's okay too. But I'm going to give you extra tools in your tool chest. I want you to win. And so many of you have all these tools, but maybe you're in a place of overwhelm, or this place of like, what is it called? Analysis paralysis, where you're overthinking it and you think you have to have everything figured out, and you really do not. You just need to make your decision. You make that promise to yourself, and then you touch the journey every single day, even if it's 2 minutes, even if it's like 1 minute, like whatever, okay? It all freaking It all freaking counts. So I thought that quote was super powerful, that perfection is the lowest standard you can set for yourself, because you're setting yourself up for failure. And then I also heard Brad Bizjack, who is an amazing mindset coach. He has a 5-day free challenge starting, I think it's this next week. You can go to his website, I'm sure, and sign up for it. It's totally free. I'm not signing up for it. I'm not. I've worked with Brad in the past. I have signed up for his Appreciation Academy. I have so many Brad Bizjack tools, but this is a freebie if any of you feel like you need extra in your life. But he was talking today about this compulsion to do more personal development. And you know, I'm a personal development junkie. I'm always in here talking about it. I'm always sharing podcasts and things that I really love. But he spoke to me today because it was so spot on that sometimes, a lot of times, we do personal development. We listen to podcasts, we read books, and it's almost like a procrastination destination, right? Like you're just constantly consuming instead of taking the action. And I think that that's what happens here a lot is you watch my videos or you plug in here and there, but then you don't actually take the action. And he compared it to swimming. Like say Michael Phelps writes a book, maybe he has a book, I don't really know. He has this book about how to become an Olympic swimmer. So you get the book on how to become an Olympic swimmer and you read the book, okay? Maybe you listen to some podcasts about swimming, you visualize the pool, maybe you even go to a pool or you put a pool in your backyard and you sit next to the pool and you're like, I am gonna master swimming, I'm gonna be this epic swimmer, I'm gonna be an Olympic swimmer, whatever you're telling yourself about swimming. But unless you actually get in the pool and practice the act of swimming, you will never acquire the skills. And that's what so many of us do in here, in coaching, in all areas of our life, is we think we have to consume more and more information. But at the end of the day, you do need to consume a little bit of information, but the most important part is the action. Knowledge is not power. Like there's nothing amazing about getting more and more educated about things or more inspired. All of those things are possibility makers. Your power is in your action. Your power is in your decision to do the next right thing. Not when you have it all figured out, not when you have all your ducks in a row, but to do the thing right now. Imperfect, messy, start-stoppy, even if you feel like you can't do it. You do what you can and you celebrate that. And that is what the 90-day agreement is all about, you guys. It's about creating proof. It's about collecting wins. It's about taking action. It's about getting in the pool and doing the thing that you keep saying you want to do. If you want to change your life, you have to take action. And sometimes I know I would have, if I was listening to me like 10 years ago, I would have rolled my eyes and been like, whatever, it's just a superfood shake. It's just workouts. This is stupid. She's talking about changing her whole life. But it's not about the workouts. It's not about the shake. It's not even about the personal development. It's about you making a decision and then taking daily action to build your belief and to be that next level version of you today. Not when you get it all figured out, not when you have the certain body or the size or whatever it is your goal. All those things are byproducts of habits. And that is what we're going to lean into for the next 90 days, even though we're going into the holidays and the end of the year and there will be Halloween. I'm not asking you to give up sugar. I'm not asking you to do 75 hard. I'm not asking you to read for an hour a day. I am asking you to be honest with yourself and see what area of your life, of your journey, your personal journey is off kilter. And then make a promise or maybe 2 promises to yourself and take daily action every single day to explore that and to show up to it, to show up for yourself. So often we quit on ourselves, you guys. We put it on our to-do list and it kind of like sinks to the bottom because it feels like it's selfish. I just talked about this over on Instagram Live about how I did this in the beginning with my own journey. You know, like I felt I was mom of little kids and it felt selfish to show up to it. I still feel a little bit of shame when I talk about how I showed up to my journey because I made a decision. I came from a real bad headspace though. Like I hated my body. I didn't want to be naked. I came from this very negative, I'm going to show up and get results so that I can like myself again, which is not how we do it, right? That's not where the lasting results come from, but that was my mindset when I first started. And so I did bribe my kids to get my workout in, and I was irritated when they interrupted. And now, like just now, I was finishing up my Lift More workout. I've just finished week 7, and I always video record my workouts. I think this is a great tool, okay? Pay attention to this. You should totally put your phone on video mode in selfie, like selfie video mode, and then you can watch yourself, because sometimes we think we're doing something, like our form is super great, and then you see your reflection or you watch it after and you're like, oh, that's not good. It's just part of the process, right? Part of the process. So anyways, I had my phone up and Connor walked in front of it. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I just got in your video. And I was like, get in my video. Get in my video. Like, you have been in my video from day one, and I am okay with you being in my video. And it just goes to show that, like, what we do and what we don't do teaches our kids lessons. So what you are prioritizing, what you are gaffing off, what you are making excuses for, like, you can't tell your kids you want them to reach for the stars and to show up as their strongest, bravest self if you're unwilling to do that. Our kids will mimic, hopefully, what we do. There will be some kids who are like, oh, I saw what she did, I want to do that. But for the most part, the decisions that we make influence who they're going to be and how they're going to show up when they're adults and when they're spouses and when they're parents. And so for me, that was a total switch that flipped when I was like, how do I want my kids? I will be a beacon in their mind, for good in some ways and probably for some bad in others. Sorry. And so how do I want to show up so that they show up the same freaking way? And so on the days I didn't want to, that motivated me, because they're watching. They're going to watch what you prioritize. They're going to watch you make excuses, or they're going to watch you show up and do the thing. They're going to watch you be brave. They're going to watch you fail. They're going to watch you be okay with it not being super perfect. Those are really valuable lessons. And sometimes we have to do it for other people. It's not enough to just do it for ourselves. So if you're doing 90-day agreement with me, I want you to think about that a little bit. Like, how do you want your kids to show up? And are you showing up that way? Are you setting the example? And if you're not, there's zero room for judgment. We're not here to shame ourselves or feel bad. That's not what the 90-day agreement is about. It's about self-awareness. It's about radical personal responsibility. It's about giving yourself grace and making a promise and then touching it every single day. And we're going to walk the journey together. I am in it with you. I'm going to shine the light and I will lead by example, but I am just as accountable to you as you are to me. This is going to be uncomfortable in some areas, but that's where the growth comes from, right? It's okay if there's struggle. It's okay if there's obstacles. It's okay if there's an opportunity to grow and get better, right? That's what we are all freaking here for. So I'm really excited about it. I hope that you are too. The only thing you need to participate is you need to have a journal, okay? And I really want you to commit to a program. I want you to do 3 workouts a week, even if that means that you push play for 5 minutes or you have to modify the whole thing. I still want you to show up and touch it 3 days a week. I also want you to plug into one of our community spaces 3 days a week and share your journey, because I've done this silently and quietly, and I've done it plugged into an environment where I have people that are on my side that are showing up for me, and I can tell you that it's such a game changer, because like I just said, sometimes we show up for our kids, right? Better than we show up for ourselves. And same thing with this tribe. This morning, every single morning, Monday through Saturday, we have a Zoom. We're coming up with a whole bunch of different times. I'm in a chat right now with a lot of my coach tribe who they work out super early. I don't like working out at 4:35 a.m. That's just like not my cup of tea. But we have several coaches that do, because it has to fit their life. And so I've asked them to come up with the days and the times that will work for them, and we're going to share that with you. I'm also offering you an evening accountability call, and if there's a lot of interest, then I will show up more, but I don't need that accountability. So if you need that accountability, you need to let me know, and then we need to show up together, right? Right. So you have so many cool tools to finish out the rest of 2022. I'm excited for you. I want you to feel brave and hopeful, and stop selling yourself short. I don't care what your journey has looked like up till now. I don't care, okay? I don't care if it has been struggle bus or you've been a freaking rock star. You're all showing up in the exact same plane as me, and that we're works in progress, and that we're here to get better and to keep a promise to ourselves and to prove to ourselves that we can, right? It's a beautiful freaking thing. So if you need any help, let me know. Like I said, if you've RSVP'd to the event or you responded to one of my things over on the gram, I'm going to be messaging you, making sure that you have the things that you need, because this is your journey, and it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to look like mine, okay? It just needs to be yours, right? Right. So super excited to see who shows up alongside me. I believe in you. If no one else has told you that lately or ever, I believe in you. And if you don't believe in yourself, you're going to borrow my belief. You're going to hear my voice in your head that Sarah believes in me. And if she does, then I can do this. So you don't have to have it all figured out. It doesn't all have to be perfect. You just do the next right thing. You make the decision that you're going to show up to it because you're worth it. And then you touch it. Just a little touch, okay? That's how we build momentum. That's how we build momentum. That's how we build the consistency muscle. That is how we create the proof that we are in fact winning in our lives. And at the end of the day, that's what this is about. It's not about a perfect body. It's not about a number on the scale, the size of your clothes. It's not about how perfect the calendar looks. It's about you honoring your journey and keeping a promise to yourself and doing the next right thing.